Are there things I want you to get rid of that you don't want to get rid of?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And so
just about every time. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you always get rid of everything I want you to get rid of?
No.
No.
No, I don't.
One of the common questions I always get is, how do I get my husband to declutter? So I have a real live husband here, and I thought I would ask him. Yeah. All right, you ready?
Yes.
What motivates you to declutter?
Well, I think part of it is it's a regular part of life, is just letting go of things you don't need anymore. And it helps you to, realize there are things in your life you do need to throw out. You just need to get rid of them. You don't need them anymore, and that's a regular part of life. Yeah.
All right. What stops you from decluttering?
Well, I think probably the biggest thing, probably two things. One is somebody else gave it to me, so I feel like I got to keep it. The other one is, I think, well, I may need that at some point.
Right.
Even if it's 2.5 years from now, I might need that, so I'll hold on to it. But you don't really need to do that. It's not, there are some things that you may use again, but there's a lot of times you realize, no, I can let go of that.
What was I going to ask you? Oh. All right. How do you feel when I try to get you to declutter something you don't want to get rid of it?
There's pressure, but it makes me recognize I have to, it's something I don't want to think about, so I always feel like, oh, I have to think about that. And a lot of times we try to avoid it, and we really shouldn't. There's some things in life you can't avoid. You have to take your face on, and sometimes your wife's the best person to tell you that.
I have it on tape. It's recorded. Are there things I want you to get rid of that you don't want to get rid of?
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
And so
just about every time. Yeah.
Yeah. Do you always get rid of everything I want you to get rid of?
No.
No.
No, I don't. No, there are things that I'm a grown man. There are things where I say, no, I'm keeping that.
Right.
Yeah. So no, we work together, I think, that way. You look at it and you go, why does he need that? But you do draw the line at realizing it's mine. Right. So I have to make that decision. So, yeah.
So one of the things I had said in the Q&A is there's lots of times I'm frustrated that somebody in my family won't get rid of something that I don't see a value in. But there's things I don't want to get rid of that if they asked me to get rid of it, I wouldn't want to get rid of it either. So I think there does have to be some give and understanding that just because it doesn't have a value to you doesn't mean it doesn't have a value to that person. And another thing I saw in a Q&A with Clutterbug is she was saying that I can't concentrate, you staring at my face. Sorry. She was saying something to understand is your husband probably isn't watching all the decluttering videos that you're watching. So we watch these videos and we get super motivated to clear out our house and live a new life, but they're not on that journey. So it's kind of like when someone's at mid-thought and they try to explain to you what they're thinking. You don't really even know what they're talking about. It's the same thing. They haven't had all that motivation. So hopefully, as they see you decluttering, it's going to motivate them to clear out their spaces too. So, thank you.
Yes.
Anything else you want to say?
Well, no, I think a lot of it is just trying to live a simple life, right? Everything has a place, and if it doesn't have a place,
it's got to go.
It's got to go.
All right. So the big question always is, what do we do with those things our family members don't want to declutter? And it's really the same answer when we're talking about the things that we're not decluttering. Once we've got down to everything that we plan to get rid of, and I was just talking to one of you in the comments section today, just saying, what you're going to declutter today isn't the same as what you're going to declutter tomorrow, a year from now. You're going to keep peeling that onion back. And it's the same for our family members. So when we're done decluttering for today, when they're done decluttering for today, then it's a matter of organization and storage solutions. And so I do have one option for you today. Today we're installing the Flexi mount garage storing ceiling lift. And yes, I am putting it in my basement. And we're super excited about it because it can go up over my husband's saw. And so he can have storage up overhead. It saves floor space, so he has more room to work, and then you can bring it down whenever you need what you have stored on it. Here is what it looks like on the box, and then here is what it looks like when you open the box. And of course, I love seeing how sturdy everything is, the materials it's made out of. Now, of course, normally you'd use that in a garage, and honestly, if it were me, I would love to have them lining both sides of a garage if I had one, so that I'm saving all the storage space on the floor from my vehicles, and I can still have the lift up above. The Flexi mount storage unit can hold up to 300 pounds on 16 square feet of space because it's 4 by 4. It has a 9-foot vertical lift, and you can store your items without ever having to use a ladder, since you can bring them down whenever you need them. It's made of super strong materials. It's made of alloy steel and has heavy-duty steel cables. So that just brings me so much comfort to know that something that's up overhead is super strong. I want to thank FlexiMount so much for my garage storage ceiling lift and for sponsoring this part of the video. You're sure to make my husband happy, and me too. And there is the FlexiMount ceiling mount in its up position, and then my husband is going to bring it down so we can see how that goes. Now that we have it all put together, my husband is he's got his level out, and he's making sure that all the sides are level and making any little adjustments that he needs to make. Here it is in its up. And now we're going to crank it down so that you can see what it looks like. What I love is he could put like his saw and stuff under it for storage, and then, you know, bring it down enough to be able to take whatever is on there that you need off. Ta-da! One idea we had is to put a piece of wood on here so that you don't have these big holes. Of course, we'll be using mostly boxes on it, but if you're not, then you could always put something on here. Our goal is to remove the stuff that's on these middle 3 shelves here, and that way I can bring this stuff down and we'll have most of this shelf, if not all eventually, for maybe food storage or something else.
It's gonna be a fine day today, I can see. It's gonna be a fine day today, I can see. It's gonna be a fine day today for you and me. It's gonna be a fine day today, just wait and see.
Here you can see the shelves. So now I have this one, this one, this one all emptied off, and these are nice and neat in a box. Here's all the things that he has put on the ceiling mount, and so now we're going to crank it up.
It's gonna be a fine day for us. 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 Fine day.
Give you a little different vantage here.
Fine day for us. Fine day for us. Now, baby, I swear
So the beautiful part is I have all this storage, and now I have all this room down here. And that's what I love about it. And if you had a garage, you could picture that you could have all of your storage up high and then room for your car underneath. And now he can have some of his other things underneath of it. So if he wanted to do work right here, he could. Many of you might remember that I had a pile of boxes for my son who has moved out and lives in a very small apartment. I had a bunch of boxes for him to go through just to see what he wanted and didn't want it. And I'll store the rest until he has a house. So I had forgotten when he came to have him go through those boxes. So I had my husband bring them up for me so that he would go through them the next time he came, which he did. And we were able to empty one box. So I'm going to put the rest of what we're storing in these Rubbermaids so that they can go back down to the basement.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and
I'm trying to mix the heavier things with some lighter things, otherwise we're never going to be able to lift it. So he has a lot of school notes and books, so I'm doing like half school notes and books and then half clothing. It doesn't seem like a great idea, but at the same time it at least makes the box able to be lifted.
figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down. Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high. Even if the sky is falling down.
We have 2 boxes full. Some of these things I'm making a little bit of a administrative decision about from his dorm room. I need to get one more small Rubbermaid for this box, and then we'll be done. I was able to get one more storage box. I got it at Dollar General for about $7. I chose it because with all papers in it, they get super heavy. So this one is about the same size as the box that the storage stuff is in. We'll see if Leo keeps napping through this process. Good morning.
Even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down. Even if the sky is falling down, even if the sky is falling down, the sky is falling down.
I actually really like this box because it also has a clear topper on it. So it's just really simple to see what is in it. What do you think? You agree? That's a yes. So just remember, the goal is not to have an empty house. The goal is that we declutter everything that we can. We're living as simply as we can. We're as low maintenance as possible. We're as organized as possible. And then we just seek contentment. So remember, as always, that we're in this together. And God loves you, and I love you too. And I can't wait to see you next time.